beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Wendy, and I am so pleased to have you here today. If you are into health, lifestyle, yoga style videos, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And while you're at it, press that little bell icon to be notified every time I post, which is several times a week. Don't know what that was, but we're just going with it. Okay, so today's yoga session is going to be all about back bending. So these are a lot of the stretches that I use in order to work into Urdhva Danurasana, or upward facing bow. Now, I'm not going to claim to be the most flexible in my back, but I will say by doing these stretches, I'm able to work myself from barely able to bend backwards to a full bow. So that's some good progress right there, and I just want to share that with you. Before we get started, I just want to mention we are going to use some props. So I have 2 blocks and a strap here. Remember, we can use a lot of things around our house to be used as props. However, if you do want proper yoga props, I do have a link to yogaaccessories.com down below, and if you use that link, I do get a small commission. So whenever we're ready, we'll go ahead and get started on our mats. So we're going to start with a few passive stretches. We're going to need our blocks. We're going to start here with a nice and easy bridge. So come down onto the ground, just press into your heels, lift the hips, and then we're going to shimmy one of the blocks on its medium side, just underneath the sacrum. Find a place where it feels pretty comfortable here. We're just going to go ahead, open up. Try to lift your shoulders just a little bit off the ground. Tuck your shoulder blades underneath, and then lay yourself back down. So nice and passive for this first one. Maybe a little bit of engagement into the feet, just to keep the knees drawing together. Backbending for me can be pretty intense emotionally, so just tune in to yourself, and especially if this is one of your first times doing a backbending sequence or really getting into heart openers, just make sure that we're tuning in with your energy levels. If you're feeling really excited, really anxious, anything like that, maybe we pause the video, come back at another time. Sometimes these backbending heart opening sequences are so lovely, they feel so good, but sometimes emotionally they can be rather invigorating. So making sure that we're kind of at that even keel. We'll take just a few more breaths here. It's always good to find some passive opening first, especially as bow or really any of our backbending postures do require a lot of strength from us. So giving ourselves the opportunity to warm up without requiring a big opening or a big strength posture. Making sure we have lots of length in the neck. Our chin is not touching towards our chest. There's plenty of room there, plenty of space. All right, when we're ready, we're just going to press down into our heels, lift the hips, slide the block out of the way, come back down. From here, we're going to set up for our next pose. We're going to make our blocks into kind of a T shape here. And just the same way as we did before, we're going to lay down. So I like to have this lower block just underneath the bra strap. So, a few inches underneath your shoulder blades if you're a guy. And then roll yourself down. Use that back or that top block as a support for the head. So you can make this more intense if you want to by upping the blocks, especially this one underneath your back. But this is a good way to start, and really a good way for anyone to find that opening. So we're going to stay here for a few moments, just letting ourselves melt into the block. Try to stay as passive as possible. You can even press into your heels, lift your hips, tuck your tailbone under, and then set the tailbone back down. We want this all in the upper back, not in the low back. Our low back is naturally flexible, but because there are such big vertebrae, big bones there, we can only bend so much in either direction, whereas the thoracic and the cervical spine have much smaller bones. So even in the thoracic, though we have our ribs to kind of limit us in our movement, we can usually find the most opening through the upper back. So the most progress in our back bending flexibility through the shoulders and the upper back. We just have a few more breaths here. See if we can let something go with every exhale. If ever you find yourself really heated, especially in these summer months, you can always release your breath as a sigh to get rid of some of that heat. Good. When we're ready, we're going to go ahead, start to look up, push ourselves up towards seated. Okay, good. Let's just go ahead, send our blocks to the side for a moment, and we'll come over onto our heels. So right now, let's just take our hands back, just a little opening through the whole front side of the body. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, and then lift the hips. Just getting a nice stretch. Maybe we can look up, maybe we look forward. Doesn't really matter, whatever feels good for you. Pulling the shoulder blades in, getting a little bit into the quads. Really press the tops of your feet down. And exhale, let it go. Good. From here, let's just go ahead, open up our hands, come into that little hands and knees position. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the crown of the head, a little cow pose. Exhale, press the ground away, cat pose. As we're doing this, let's go ahead, use our breath, and let's start to utilize our shoulders to really pull the elbows in and together in that cow pose. Exhale, wrap the elbows around. Give yourself lots of space to arch. Let's go 2 more. Inhale, making these movements really dramatic. Exhale. Inhale, finding the bend in the elbows, wrapping the elbows back behind you. And exhale. Good. From here, let's inhale, find ourselves stacked over our knees. We're just going to reach our arms forward, coming into a puppy dog pose. So for this first one, I want us to stay up nice and tented on our fingertips. Drop the head down. If it feels okay, take your forehead to the mat. If this feels a little bit constrictive, you need more room, start to take your chin towards the mat. If we can, gazing forward in between our fingers, doesn't really matter if our chin or our chest lands on the ground. Good. As we're ready, we're just going to pull ourselves all the way through, coming down to our bellies. Let's start here, full prostration. Reach the hands forward, forehead to the ground. Just notice how this feels. Tap into the tops of the feet. Start to pull yourself up and then drag your hands back, landing the elbows relatively underneath the shoulders. Roll the shoulders down and back. We're kind of in a Sphinx pose here. We're really going to add some activation. So we're going to tent up onto our fingertips, start to lift the elbows. Now from here, you might be feeling it, you might not be. So we're going to try to drag our lower rib cage to the ground, pull our shoulder blades together. Now for me, when I do this, I feel this really good in my upper back. I hope that you're feeling it too. If you're not, send me a comment down below. We can try to figure this out together. So pull the hands back, pull the heart forward, hold for 3, for 2, and for 1. Let's go ahead, come down, all the way down. Open up the arms into a T. Take your right ear to the mat. Kick your left foot up to the sky. Kick it up and then roll over to the side. Let's take our left hand closer towards our chest just to help roll ourselves over. If we can, step the left foot down onto the ground. You can just let the head be heavy. Rest it wherever it lands. When we're ready, let's roll back towards center. Extend out through the left hand. Right hand comes nice and close. Left ear towards the mat. Kick the right leg up. Roll over. See if we can step that right foot down. Dodge your blocks, dodge your props if you need to. That's always an issue for me. My props usually wind up everywhere around my mat, and I'm just dodging them left and right. Make sure that your left hand is in line with your shoulder, not dropping any lower or any higher, so that to really get that stretch across the collarbones. Let's go ahead and roll it back. Good. From here, we're going to take our hands so that our forearms are down. And all we're going to do here is inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, pull the elbows together behind you. Exhale, come down 10 times. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, squeeze. See if you can lift up even higher. Good. Exhale, come all the way down, scoop yourself back up. Let's just land on our knees here. Okay, so we're going to grab our strap. Okay, from here, we're going to open it up so that it's wider than our shoulders, a lot wider than our shoulders. Okay, so all we're going to do is inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, let them drop back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms down. Now from here, you might notice that you need to come in just a little bit closer. Inch the hands just a little bit closer. Maybe you need to inch the hands a little bit further away. It doesn't really matter. But find what works for you. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, reach the arms down. So it should be a little bit of effort. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. From here, maybe we come a little bit closer together. I'm going to turn around so you guys can really see what I'm doing. Let's reach our arms up towards the sky. As we exhale, let's pull both of our arms over to the right. Maybe the left arm comes behind the head. Good. Inhale towards center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. You can keep moving side to side. You can go fast, you can keep it slow. I usually like to keep it at the pace of my breath. Let's go one more time to either side. Good, and then let's just let that come down, set the strap off to the side. All right, so from here, we're just going to grab our blocks. We're going to come into another puppy dog pose, just utilizing the blocks. So we're going to stack our hips over our knees. We're going to drop our elbows down, press the hands together, and then just drop the chest down. Start to let the head descend. So we kind of want the top of the head to come to the mat, maybe the forehead. And then we just let that extra stretch through the shoulders take place. Now, if we're really open, of course, we can take our blocks up a little bit higher. I kind of like my head just to be hanging out here, giving the gravity a little bit of work. Pointing the fingers right up towards the sky. Maybe seeing if it feels better to point the fingers down the back. Finding which one's more opening for the shoulders. Good. As we're ready, we'll go ahead and release. We'll set these blocks off to the side. We're going to pull forward into a half pigeon with your with your right leg forward. Okay? So we're just going to inhale here, stack ourselves nice and tall. And then exhale, let's just take our right hand more so center, reach our left hand back, grab for the foot. So from here, we're going to exhale, pull that foot in nice and close towards the glute. We're trying to pull our fingers so they're in the same direction as the toes. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull. Good. Inhale, release. Exhale, pull. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Good. Nice and slow. Let's release. And then let's just step that foot back. Bring the left foot forward, left leg forward. Good, just keep those hips squared off. Let's breathe in. As we're ready, let's take the left hand more so center, reach the right arm back, catch the foot. As we exhale, try to spiral the fingertips in the same direction as the toes. Doesn't matter if it gets there all the way. We'll inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last one, inhale and exhale. Good. From here, let it go, nice and slow, no slingshotting of the foot. Angle yourself back forward, inhale, and then exhale, step that foot back. All right, from here, we're going to utilize our strap. Let's go ahead, step our right foot forward in between the hands. Okay. From here, maybe just get comfortable in this lunge to start. You can press the hand on tops of the thighs. Okay, so from here, we're going to take our hands out as wide as we can get them on our strap. So creating a lot of room there. We're going to bend through our left knee, sweep our strap back behind us. Flex the foot, so now we caught the foot, okay? From here, we can just start to open up through the chest. My elbows are bent here, but if we'd like to, we can try to straighten out the arms. Sink the hips down. Good. We're going to go ahead, slowly release. Maybe a little half split to give yourself a release there through the legs, through the hips. And then let's go ahead, step the left foot forward. Okay, once again, let's go ahead, inhale, rise ourselves up. Maybe we just stay here for a moment. When we're ready, we're going to bend the right knee, sweep the strap behind us, flex the foot, and so we've caught our foot in the strap. We're going to start to hinge forward, loop the arms around so we flipped our grip, maybe start to straighten out through the arms. Hold. Nice and slow. We can start to release, maybe a little half split here to give our legs a break. And just sweep it back. Let's sit down onto the heels. So almost done. We've almost made it there. We're just going to do a few rounds of camel. So we're going to do it bilaterally. So we're just going to go to each side, taking a little sweep. I really like this entrance into camel. Let's go ahead and tuck the toes. If you're feeling a little bit tighter, you can place the tops of the feet down if you know that you're open. Okay? So right hand to right heel. Inhale, left arm sweeps up and over. Exhale, take yourself right back down. You might notice we're really open. Left hand to left heel. Inhale. Exhale, sweep it down. Right hand, right heel. Inhale. Exhale, down. Left hand, left heel. Inhale. Exhale, down. Good. From here, let's just slide over. And hopefully we're feeling ready. If you are not feeling quite ready for Urdhva Danurasana or full bow, don't worry. Maybe we just go through this class a few more times and we get ourselves really used to heart opening. So if you'd like to, we can tune out here, or if you'd like to, you can join me for this last one. Let's go ahead, lay ourselves down. Hands by our ears. Make sure that your feet are nice and close towards your hips. Inhale. As we exhale, we're going to press ourselves up, maybe just to the crown of the head. All right, you can stay here if you want, or you can press yourself all the way up to upward facing bow. Maybe, if you can, try to ground out through the heels. Let's inhale, rock yourself forward. Exhale, release. Inhale, rock. Exhale, release. Good. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's come all the way down. Now really resist the urge to pull the knees into the chest. Instead, open up the knees nice and wide. Let's just take a few windshield wipers to either side. Very Very good. If you'd like to, from here, you can come into a final resting Shavasana, or we can just call that a day. Thank you so much. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought, what was helpful, what wasn't, and hopefully we can all open our hearts together. Thank you so much for joining me once again. Namaste.